If you are looking to get better at chess, then you've come to the right place. This is Climbing with Blunders, and this is my chess journey. I've been playing for about 3 years, and I am constantly learning and growing. And what I do is I play my opponents in chess, and I analyze the games and talk through the games as I'm playing them. And I make mistakes, I make blunders, and as I do, I learn. And so thank you for joining and for following along. I'm going to be playing a 5-minute blitz game today. And in this game, I'm going to be playing with the white pieces. And so I'm going to talk through my moves. Now, the first move I'm going to make is e4. And this is kind of an Italian game. And so the opponent is trying to play Scandinavian. I'm going to deny the Scandinavian because I like to play the Scandinavian, and I know that that is exactly what I don't like, is when somebody does that. So I'm going to go ahead and just develop my pieces, and I'm going to be playing, really similar to, I'm going to be playing, this is kind of an Italian game, but it's not exactly the Italian game. And I'm just going to go ahead and, like I said, develop these pieces, and as I do, I'm going to look to castle. And as I do this, I want to leave my options open right now for which side I'm gonna castle. So, all right. So he just took a pawn, and now I can either, if I take, he's gonna take right back, and so I don't want to do that. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of try to kick out his bishop. Now, I'm guessing his bishop's going to move here, in which case I could potentially move here, and then he'll have to move out all the way. And so, like I said, I want to keep my options open for castling, because if he castles on the king side, then I want to actually castle on the queen side. Okay. So, he takes my, all right. All right, so we're well into our opening here. All right, so now by him doubling these pawns, he has kind of solidified for me that I want to castle queenside. So now he's got his queen all active and out of control, and now he's offering a queen trade. Do I want to do a queen trade? Not really, no. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go here with my queen, and that attacks this pawn. So I imagine he might move here, which would attack here, and it would, okay, and that's not what he did. So I am going to go ahead and castle. And now, one thing to note is this is a blunder. So he castled, and now when he castles, what I get to do is I get to take his pawn, putting him in check, and also taking his queen. So he just blundered his queen, and this is why you don't take your queen out, friends. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and give him a check, and now by giving him a check, I also won his knight. And, well, not exactly, but I'm about to win his knight. So how can we go ahead and take his knight? So one thing is hard. I don't have any pawns on either side to push to really threaten this pin. And so I'm just not going to worry about it. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and bring up my queen. So that's what I'm going to do. So as I bring in my queen, I'm also going to start to push a pawn. And yeah, I like this. So here we go. Now he could take, but then I also have two pieces I could take with. All right. Let's see what to do. I need to just stay principled, and not do anything crazy. He has a check right here, but the check isn't really threatening for me for anything. And so I'm just not worried about it. I mean, if he checks here, I'll just move over. And yeah, that's fine. So All right, he takes a pawn. Now, okay, so now what he's threatening is he's threatening to take, but also he's running out of spaces to move. So if I move here, where can he go? I mean, he can't really go anywhere. So I feel like he just kind of is giving me his, he's giving me his knight at this point. Now, we're technically even because he has a rook and 3 minor pieces, and I have a queen and 2 minor pieces. The difference is I'm about to take one of his minor pieces. He doesn't have anywhere to go. And so I'm going to be up by 3 points here in a second, maybe 2. Okay, so just 2 points. So now we're threatening. Now we're just, there's just all kinds of trades happening. I'm up by 2. This is good for me. I'm just going to open up the middle. And, you know, as I kind of open up the center, what I need to do is just start taking pawns. I need to start gobbling up the pawns. So he does still have a rook, and so I'm only up by 1 point, you know, and I know it feels like I'm up by a lot more. And I can easily blunder this position. I have blundered worse positions. I think actually what I should have done, I'm gonna try something different. All right. So first of all, I actually think what I want to do is, all right, I'm gonna change my strategy here. All right, I'm gonna come down here. This threatens to take, but also this allows me to set up like this pin, and so that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so he just kind of blocked in. I mean, he can only move here now, right? Like that's really all he has. He can't take because I have this, so if he's gonna have to push this pawn, and then what I'm gonna do is move my queen here to threaten to take this bishop, and then when he moves the bishop, all right. All right, so what I'm going to actually do is move here so that he can't put me in check, because I know if I would have taken, he would have just put me in check. And now, like I said, if he moves here, I move here. Okay, he doesn't move, so instead he gives me a checkmate. Okay, so that was something, right? That was an interesting game. I'm now at 921 plus 8. So we are climbing 921. So we are climbing to trying to get to 1,000 here. No blunders, 1 miss, 1 mistake, 76%. My goal is 70%. I've been hitting that pretty consistently. My opening was not great. My middle game was brilliant. Not my words. And then my end game was okay. So let's take a look. I wanted to do Italian. He said, no, let's do Scandinavian. I said, nah, let's just do neither. And so I push. I just develop. And I develop. And yeah, so then he takes, I take where he's sitting up 1 pawn. And then this is where it gets real. No, notice I could have just simply moved on with my plan. I could have just been like, hey, I'm going to move, you know, my queen somewhere or something like that. He, number 1, was threatening to take my bishop. And number 2, he was threatening to take this pawn, which obviously is protected by my king. But if he had brought another piece into the game, it wasn't long. So by me moving here, this maintained not only am I attacking, but I'm continuing to protect some of these important pieces. And so that was why I moved there. He moved here offering a trade of queens. I said, nah, I don't really want to. And then he's now attacking to take a pawn because he has 2 attackers and I only have 1 defender. But then when I castled, he continued on with his plan, and he made a huge mistake by castling, which set up this nice little hidden attack on his queen. And so as soon as you give him a check, he has to deal with that check. And there we go. We win a queen. So yes, I did lose a piece in through it all, but I mean, it worked out. So he ended up getting his own piece trapped here, and this all worked out in my favor. What I wanted to do here, what I actually should have done here, I think, is probably like move here, and then when he does some other like move, whatever, then I could just go ahead and set this up, which is how I ended up checkmating him in the end. And he didn't do that, instead. So he took, I moved here. That did nothing. He started pushing his pawns, which was smart, I think, because, I mean, that's very well could have happened. And then, that at this point, it's like it's over because, like I said, I mean, if he moves here, then I'm moving here. And then if he moves like here, literally anywhere else, even here, this is just also checkmate. There's nothing he could do about that. So that was fun. That was a good game. If you want to follow along and watch more videos like this, just subscribe, follow along the journey as I play and as I continue to grow and get better at chess, blunders and all. So thanks for watching.